about quick discussion about the new equipment that came out. Well, the UR equipment that's in the raid right now. Specifically, let's start with the new one. Soul of Thamasa. This thing is insane. I was talking about how this would be a big meta changer. Can I move this? Let's see how that goes. This should have one spirit. Let me see if I can capture the whole thing. If that would be better. Alright, so Soul of Thamasa. There we go. I don't want my face to block it. So, definitely going for the magic one here. Pretty much usable by everybody. The thing with this one is, it's one of those where it's quantity over quality, because you can only get 99 recipes for it, right? Which is enough for 1+5 and a +4. But realistically, I don't really see a reason to go +5 here. I would really probably go 3+4s. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But basically, these are the acquired stats, right? Top stats are pretty self-explanatory. Probably go for magic. This one's insane. 120 magic. I don't see the vital one being that good, but the 40 TP is huge. So 40 TP, 120 magic is great for any caster. Then again, mostly casters these days are calculators anyways. So why go for 3+4s? I'm at the point where even if I have a +5, I might even consider like dismantling it into 2+4s, just for its utility in arena. So all you get here is so this is standard, right? The 20 silence resist, which means like really if you want to max out, you want to go for 4+4s, but obviously like +2 at 50 is great, +3 at 50 is great, because the extra 4 magic resist, the magic resist isn't going to make that big of a difference, because you're equipping this on magic users, and most magic users have decent magic resist. So where like 2 or 4 magic resist, which is really the spread here, 2 or 4 magic resist isn't going to kill you. Isn't going to be the difference in life and death. Generally a lot of stuff isn't going to be the difference between life and death. It will just be the difference between 1-shot, 2-shot, or 3-shot, right? In arena. Arena, you're usually going to get 1-shot, 2-shot, or 3-shot it, and if you're a tank, you might get 4 or 5-shot it. So that extra 4 magic resist, I don't think it's going to change a 1-shot into a 2-shot. And the extra 4 magic resist penetration, this is 5% supposedly, which means I'll give you an example, and this isn't particularly useful against too many people, because it's based off of percent. This is 10%. So give you the best example would be like Whisper. Whisper can get to 100% magic resist, and let's say you have a +5, you're gonna hit him. That 100% magic resist is reduced by 10%. So you hit him as if he had 90 magic, as if she had 90 magic resist. So you'll do maybe like 100 or 200 damage as opposed to 1 damage. So that would be like the only application I would see going to +5. Because I don't think that extra 4%. This is 4%, not 4 stats. Most units, I'll give you an example. Most units, Christmas Mastery has 20 magic resist. The minus 10%, that means she has 18. Minus 6%, somewhere between 19 and 18. I don't see the 1 magic resist being the difference between a 1-shot and a 2-shot. So going for +5 doesn't really effectively do anything for you, right? Because the defense-wise, it's not going to change a 1-shot into a 2-shot. Offense-wise, it's not going to change a 2-shot into a 1-shot. So +4 is basically good enough. And the reason why I said +4 is good enough is because sometimes you run teams with 3 mages. Sometimes you might run. My old anti-magic team for Halloween was Lila, Ildira, Rain. And all three of them can equip this, right? Let's see, calculator. Don't tell me calculator. Knight of Grand Shale, the funny looking sword. They're Knight of Grand Shale, so all three of them can equip this. And obviously the biggest bane in my existence, as a lot of you guys that watch my arena know, is Agrius. I've gotten triple silence before, I've gotten triple stop before. So if you equip this with ribbon, you're basically don't have to worry about silence or stop. But mostly you want 3 of these 3+4s or 2+4s to throw on your calculator so they don't get silenced. Because if they get silenced, they're basically useless. Or Ayaka, if Ayaka gets silenced, she's useless. So now weighing the options, right? If you only had enough, if you only wanted to do the raid enough to get 63 recipes, what do you want to get, right? Do you want to get +5, where the extra 4% isn't going to change a 1-shot into a 2-shot, and the extra 4% magic penetration isn't going to make you 1-shot someone that you were originally going to 2-shot. So this doesn't really do anything for you. +5 doesn't do anything for you. But if I suddenly had 2 of these, and that basically increases my silence resist by 20% on both, 25% on both characters, that's 50%. I have a strong chance of one of my calculators or one of my magic casters to not get silenced and be able to heal the other one. And that's the big difference here. Especially if you have 3. Like if you have 3 of these, you're basically immune to silence, because the way silence works, the way status effect works, are based on your faiths, whether your faith is high and whether your opponent's faith is high, right? And as a caster, you don't want to have low faith, because faith also affects how much magic you do, how much damage you do as a caster. So you have to have high faith, but because you have high faith, you get people like Agrius that can exploit it. So if they hit you with the silence, they have something like a 50 or 60% chance to hit you with a silence. You're screwed if you get hit. So you have to have silence resist, and the more the better. So Thamasa is kind of a quantity over quality thing, which is really a special case, because normally you want to go for the +5 weapon, right? Because the extra 10% slash, extra 10% slash, extra 10% pierce, that stuff's insane. On to the next weapon, Purple Lightning. This made a comeback. Very insane sword, +30 ice, +20 slash at 5. So you want to have +5. But this is also one of those swords you kind of only want to have one of, because it's kind of Laswell's sword, right? The +20, the +30 ice. Technically, you can use it for Robe. I think that's the only other katana user. That's you are. You can use this for Robe, but I'm not sure if this is what you would go for the crit bill. Though 13 crit is actually pretty good. So mostly this is Laswell's sword, so we're just going to talk about it as if it was Laswell that's wielding it. I currently have a +5 assault from the old days, from I think was it the Ether raid or the Behemoth raid? I think it's Behemoth raid. I got the assault at the time because it was stat stacking wasn't a thing, and there wasn't a lot of counters to evade as is. So different. That's how that lets you know, like, meta's changed over the last 2-3 months. So I think 2 months ago was the Behemoth raid. So back then I got the assault because at that time everybody just went for the biggest numbers you can get, because arena was kind of a one-shot thing. You can't just one-shot at everybody. And I can tell you, even with assault, like, I was not godlike with Laswell. I wasn't one-shotting people. I mean, occasionally I one-shot someone here and there, but not with arena auto. So I don't think that the 48 attack is that huge. That being said, I'm not a big advocate of the aim version either, because Laswell has very strong innate slash resist. Laswell master ability has 15 slash. Laswell innate has 15 accuracy. His master ability gives it 10. So if you go for the aim version, you get 27 accuracy. If you go for the assault version, you got 18, and if you're the critical version, you have 21. I would advocate more for the critical version, because you're not losing 48 attack between assault and aim. You're only losing 32. Losing 32 attack for an extra 3 accuracy and 3 accuracy and 10 crit, I think is acceptable. Because I don't think the 32 attack was going to be that big of a difference. And here's one of those times where, like, normally it's between aim and assault, right? Last one was one of those characters where I would consider going for the crit or the assault version. Just go crit or assault. I wouldn't really go aim. I just think the 48 attack is too big of a loss. Only for 9 accuracy. And the reason for the 9 and it's not really 9 accuracy, okay? Because first of all, 27 evade sounds like a lot of evade. 27 accuracy sounds like a lot of accuracy, but there are people running 100% evade out there, and you being able to hit 27% of the time still isn't gonna do jack. So realistically, if you want him to be your anti-evade person, or you want him to be the evade slayer, you want him to have Wolfhelm. And with Wolfhelm, Laswell will have something like 45 evade, 45 accuracy, because Wolfhelm has 15 accuracy, 15 passive accuracy, so that's 30 on top of the 15 that Laswell has from his natural master ability. That's 45, and then it has another 20 dexterity. So equipping Wolfhelm essentially makes it so that you have close to like 50% accuracy. Whereas having an aim version of the Shiden basically adds another 6 to that. Maybe I'll have 56. So it's 56 versus 51 because of the way stat stacking works. You get your best stat, and then the second best you get half of it, right? But also, you might want to consider putting bells on Laswell, so that's why I wouldn't recommend going the accuracy route, because there's a lot of other stuff that gives accuracy, and because Exorcist is a thing right now, right? Even if you want him to be an evade killer, you can just give him Exorcist. Like, he's not going to get the Greatsword bonus, but that triple trick ability, I think he should still be able to use. Or you just have another party member to have triple trick. That'll reduce accuracy. Like, I have a Laswell in my team, in an evade team, because he's samurai and he's pretty good with evade. But he's not my evade killer. Like, he's not my evade killer against other evade teams. My evade killer is Christmas Ramada with the triple trick. But even with an assault version, I think it's decent. Like, he has decent attack for an assault version. He has a decent hit rate with an assault version that, like, I don't see having an aim version being much better. So I wouldn't really go for the aim version. Also because I think 48 attack is huge. Because with Ifrit, that becomes 72. 72 is pretty big. 72 attack, I think, might be the difference between a 1-shot and a 2-shot. That's why, like, I wouldn't go for aim. 32 attack is pretty big too, but that 10% crit kind of makes up a little bit of that. So let's say that 10% crit is worth about 10 attack. I think it's worth a little bit more than 10 attack, but let's say it's worth 10 attack. You're out 22 attack. I don't think 22 attack is that significant, as opposed to 48. And then I don't think the accuracy would make that much of a difference, right? Because if you have Wolfhelm, you have 50 with Wolfhelm, plus 6 is plus 3, so you only have 53, so this will be 51, 56, and 53. I think between 50, if you weren't going to hit with 51, you're not hitting with 53. Or, like, that 2% of the time isn't going to, that 2% of the time isn't going to be that big of a difference. But then again, you can also argue, like, is the 32 attack gonna kill people 2% of the time more than the accuracy miss, or more than the miss? That's why I think it's debatable between accuracy and assault and crit. I wouldn't go for accuracy, mostly because Laswell has the innate accuracy from the master ability, and you don't really want to build him as your evade killer. And if you do want to build him as an evade killer, the 12 accuracy gets diminished, right? Because you have to equip something that has better accuracy. But other than that, like, +5 is the way to go here. That extra 10 slash is insane. But also, this weapon is not very versatile. Like, you kind of have to give it to... It's kind of, you give it to Laswell, and then you don't really give it to anybody else. Like, maybe Robe. But basically, there's no katana. There's no katana chain, right? It's slash chain. Whereas, like, for Wind Spear, you can make multiple of that and give it to everybody. But for katana, there's no... Because Wind Spear represents Pierce chain. All those spears are Pierce. But for katana is just one of like 3 or 4 slash type weapons. There's no like katana chain. So having extra Shiden isn't that big of a deal. As opposed to having I think Kotetsu is the MR version of the sword. Also, I never really foresee using Laswell and King Robe at the same time, because like I said, katana chain is not a thing. So yeah, probably just get one of these will be fine, and then take your pick between assault or crit. I just really wouldn't recommend aim because of the way stat stacking works, and also because evade is kind of on its way out, so to speak. Evade is actually a lot weaker in JP than it is here. But even here, I think we got most of those tools that counter evade, like Wolfhelm, Triple Trick from the Exorcist card, and a lot of new units are gonna have like sure hit attacks. So realistically, the accuracy isn't really gonna do you much down the road. So if you're gonna look for a long-term investment, go assault crit. And then the last one is Platinum Robe. Not much to say about Platinum Robe. The biggest disappointment of Platinum Robe is... wait, is this Knight? Lord. I think the biggest disappointment of Platinum Robe is... what's her face can't equip it. Whisper can't equip it. I keep thinking she is Paladin or Spellblade. But Knight can't equip it either. She's Knight main job, not Paladin or Spellblade. I keep thinking she's Paladin or Spellblade. Yeah. Whisper can't equip this. And that's the biggest drawback, right? Because Missile Resist? Missile meta is kind of on its way out, but there are a couple of missile units on the way in that might revitalize the missile meta. That being Luartha, Nehru. The accuracy, those two will basically semi-revitalize the missile meta, so you may want this. But you're really kind of just giving this to a caster, right? Because Whisper can't equip this. I believe Rain can equip this, so really you're giving this to Rain. And if you're giving this to Rain, I would suggest going Shield version, because Rain is lacking in terms of melee. And if you're really going to use him to tank missiles, you want him to have good armor as well, because missile isn't based off of spirit. So I think the 18 defense makes a bigger impact than the extra 4 spirit, especially on Rain. So I would go for Shield version of Platinum Robe as opposed to the other two. Also keep in mind that the Holy Knight Shoulder Guard is a thing for missile resist as well. So there's another option, but like this is the option for the trophies. And I got 63 recipes to try and make the +3 version of it, +5 version of this, but I think that's just to scratch my perfectionist itch. That's not because it's particularly useful. Because 1, I don't fight too many gunner units. 2, if I were to fight a gunner unit, I guess I would go for the shield version, obviously, because gunner type is a physical attack. But I'm not expecting to get I'm not expecting this to block me from a sure hit, from a sure kill. If you're serious about arena, I would get this for not so much Rain, but Little Leela. Little Leela needs this really bad right now because what's her face is a thing, right? Because Rosa's walking around, and if you're gonna run Little Leela, especially in class matches, like I've one-shotted countless Little Leelas in class matches. It's like, oh, free kill, because Rosa has insane range, 80% man-eater, gonna one-shot anything. But with this, I might not be able to one-shot the Little Leela. And most Little Leela run evade, so that I can't ice arrow her. But my surefire shot will kill her by like a little bit, by like an extra 200 or 300 overkill. And that's where the 10% missile will come in and save them from getting killed. So I guess if I get this, I will get it for Little Leela. Because Ildira has Water Ring. Ildira also has a bunch of other stuff that you can use. But I would get this for your healer. Little Leela, Ayaka is the other one. Ayaka, great healer, until Rosa came out, and Rosa just one-shots her, right? There are arenas where like, oh, I just really wish Rosa walks up there and one-shots the Ayaka, and then she just does it. Or class matches, those guys are those best healers. They're all wind type, and there's Rosa walking around who's a 80% man-eater on top of a 38% in peril. So you're taking 50% extra damage from ice, well, 48% extra damage from ice on top of the 80 man-eater. That's gonna kill you no matter what. Like an ice arrow will kill you no matter what. This is more for Little Leela, because Little Leela can technically still run. She can run like bells. She can run evade. She can run, because her luck is so high. She can Little Leela can run an evade build effectively. Like Ayaka can't do that. So if you give this to Ayaka, I think she'll still die to an ice crystal arrow from Rosa. But Little Leela, because she has the evade, I'm not really gonna ice crystal arrow her. I'll probably have to surefire shot her. And because surefire shot doesn't have the 30%, the 38 ice in peril, she might actually survive. And that's huge because most Little Leelas are running zombie transformation. So now suddenly a 2-shot becomes 3-shot, and they can heal in the midway. In the middle of a 3-shot, they can kill Rosa in the middle of a 3-shot. So this would be pretty big for Little Leela. I think that's the only person I foresee it being big for. If Whisper can wear it, I think she can get pretty close to 100 missile resist, which I think will be great. Banquet can wear this, which lets him. I think this is the thing that lets him get 100%. Lets him get 100% missile resist. So I guess Banquet is a thing, but I don't have Banquet, so that's out the window. But like, it's not all that good for anybody else. Really, it's Little Leela, and that's just purely because she can evade. Because if you're not going up against Rosa, I guess you can give this to Killfae, and maybe she'll survive a hit. Maybe she'll survive an extra turn from Lucia. I guess I would make this, but mostly the shield version, because Luartha is coming out, right? So Luartha's got the fire kill. Luartha's fire type with the extra fire damage. So Luartha, I think, is like one of the hardest hitting characters, in her time. So I would definitely get this, but like, I would go for the +5 as well. I think the 5% missile resist will make a difference on whether or not you're gonna die. But the grind for this is insane. Like, I have the recipes, but then you need to get the white spirit sand. That's not farmable anywhere. That's only farmable in raids. I don't think I got a lot of those in did Kobaz give them? I don't think Kobaz gave them. So white spirit sand only farmable in raids, and these void crystals. Oh my god, these are hard to farm as well. So basically, what am I looking at here, right? Black spirit sand you can farm. If you want to get the platinum robes now, because it's kind of coming back as a comeback item, not as a first-time item. When it came out the first time, I think Behemoth dropped all of these. But bone chip aside, I don't even think I have all the bone chips, to be honest. I'm not even sure if that's farmable. But Void Mega Crisp, right? Let's say it's 600, it's 500 a piece on the shop, so that's 300,000. You need to get 300. You need to kill 300 dragons just for the Void Mega Crisp. On top of this being 126,000. So that brings you up to 426,000 just to get all the recipes and get all the void crystals. And there's still the white spirit sand issue. I only have about 2k white spirit sand to get another 2k white spirit sand. These are, I think, 200 a pop. Let's say it's 4,000. 200 a pop, 4,000 times 4,000. Oh my god. Well, I only needed 2,000. But still, that's like another 400k. So I gotta farm like 1,000,000 points just to get plus platinum roll plus 5. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I think what I'm gonna end up doing here is I'll get all the recipes for this, and then I'll wait for a raid that drops all of these items naturally, and try to get it that way. But anyways, I think that's all the weapons. But anyways, we're gonna craft one now, right? So to put my money where my mouth is, I'm gonna craft, and you can see all my items here. I'm gonna craft a Soul of Thamasa plus 4. Craft, yes. Oh, I was gonna say, did it not let me choose? Magic. Oh, okay, that's fine. Now, a whole ton of these other stuff that I can convert into it. I need 458. This is one bow I think I might need for the Nehru weapon. Mace, I think I'm good. Good on. I already have 2 platinum maces, so... And you guys just got to see a moment ago that I had 63 platinum robes that I'm kind of just waiting to make. So boom. Double, and then maybe I'll get a 3rd one. Just in case I ever have to use full magic comp. Let's see, where are they? Soul of Thamasa. I'm not going to level this up yet because I need to buy the recipe. I need to buy the equipment pass because I want to max them out the first turn. Also, I recently got the platinum armor from running class matches. Platinum armor, to be honest, I think Shield and Vital is both good. I ended up getting the Vital version, and I'm not too upset about it because I can actually give this to a soldier and use it for Drain Force. So that's that. I think that's it for now. Those are the 3 UR weapons that we're going to talk about. I think that could be a decent series called Arena Armory that I can make, discussing like which weapons I would pick, and that's mostly because crap, you guys didn't get to see me make the Soul of Thamasa. Damn it, that sucks. Because I forgot to switch my blue stacks. But anyways, here's the +4 Soul of Thamasa. These are the 2 I was talking about. so I just went for the magic version, put my money where my mouth is. And I also got a platinum armor this is from the arena. I mean, this is from the class matches. I'm not too sad about getting vital, because soldiers wear armor, and 900 health is really good for Drain Force. And there's the platinum robe recipes. I'll probably end up building that, but as you can see, I do not have enough white sand. White sand is the big killer here. The bones are pretty bad, and the void crystals are killing me as well. I'm thinking maybe I can make what I can get. Maybe I'll get like +4, or I'll build a +2 version and kind of just fly with it for now. Then once I need it, I'll dismantle it. That's why I got an extra recipe at 64, that I can dismantle it and then build it up again. But yeah, that's it for Arena Armory today. Thank you for tuning in to the War of Divisions with the Ultimate Chi. Have a nice day.